Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP continues to have one of the best looking charts in all of crypto, but let me check in with you. How you feeling out there? How are your emotions doing? How your feels? Are you feeling patient or impatient? Because I will tell you this, most of the crypto market is feeling a bit impatient. I'm hoping that upon asking this, I'll get a pretty positive response given just how pretty XRP has been sitting recently. And I will tell you a couple things at the outset worth knowing here. So as far as big picture, nothing has changed. We are just range bound. You probably expected to hear that, but good considered the uncertainty in the broader crypto space. But all of the targets that the analysts that I've been following for many of them for years on end, the recent sideways and downward price action for much of the market has not changed anything. And XRP really is one of the best performing coins in the entire crypto asset class. It's not just poised, like it's already been doing stuff in recent months, but you could say, yes, fine, it's poised from here to do even more, and enterprise discovery, all that stuff is going to happen. No shortage of analysts that firmly believe by the time the cycle's over, we're going to be hitting double-digit price action, $10 plus. Many analysts think $20 or $30 plus, and none of that is crazy. There's more than sufficient historic precedent to believe that that is possible, even though nobody knows for sure what's going to happen in terms of price action. One thing I want to mention, though, and this is not to scare people, is I am seeing more and more XRP chart analysts warn where there's a reasonable chance we're going to be seeing a bit of a pullback in the short term. And look, I share this with you just to warn you so that if it happens, you don't have to freak out. Oh my God, is the sky falling? What is happening? If it happens, just note that the analysts that and I'll be referencing a number of them in this video, none of them say that it changes what happens by the end of this cycle. So yes, there are some analysts that think you're going to be seeing, double-digit price action for XRP this cycle, but they also believe there's a reasonable chance, though not certain, that XRP price could go a lot lower in the short term from where it is now before that ultimately happens. So again, not to scare you, it's just that way. Because look, when it comes to investing, we are our own worst enemy. So if you're aware of a potential outcome, then when it happens, you don't have to be surprised. It's something that I think at least 5 chart analysts that I follow say there's a reasonable chance this actually could happen. And to me, that's a lot. I follow a lot of different chart analysts, but these are 5 analysts, all of which called the XRP breakout to the upside, and they're saying some similar stuff. It caught my attention, so I'm going to share it with you. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 1:37 a.m. Central Time, Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. XRP is $2.54. Bitcoin is $95,650. And still getting headlines like this. Hey, like I was kind of alluding to at the outset of the video, here's the double-digit XRP target after breaching a 7-year symmetrical triangle. Now, they're referencing chart analyst Ali Martinez. This is the chart. It's his most recent big picture chart that he shared. And he said, if this is a symmetrical triangle, XRP is broken out and is targeting $15. So, of course, he's talking about on the higher time frame, and he still does believe that's going to happen. But when a little bit later in the video, I'm going to circle back to perspective from him. And I've got a more recent post. So again, he's not throwing this out, but he is warning that you could see some bearish action first. But I'm seeing it from multiple analysts here, okay? But first, let's talk about the happy feeling stuff first, right? Here's a post from chart analyst Polly. Shared this with his 78,100 followers on X. XRP has the best looking daily out of all the top 10 majors right now. It's almost as if it's being painted by a very advanced market maker who will let it breathe very soon. $6 this month. The incoming God candle after the lawsuit is dismissed will leave people wishing they bought at these levels. Okay, that last part I will say, I buy into that concept, even though XRP has legal clarity and the appeal and the SEC and Ripple situation going away. I know that doesn't matter for the long-term viability of XRP at all, but I can absolutely imagine the market responding as though it does. Absolutely. Now, I get nervous for any analyst when they have a specific price prediction in a very short time frame. I don't care how good the analyst is. When I see him doing stuff like this, I get a little queasy for him. I'm like, I mean, but he could be right. See, that's the thing. When you're in an environment like this, you're in a bull run. It could still happen, especially if you get news like that, which it's plausible that you could have it in that time frame. And now, Attorney Jeremy Hogan thinks it's more likely you're going to see the appeal go by more like April or May of this year. But it could happen sooner, and even he has acknowledged that. But yeah, it's true. Like XRP, like out of the analysts that I follow that talk about XRP, the ones I've been following for years now, they have very similar sentiment on this. XRP is looking amazing compared to the rest of the market, frankly. Here's a post from chart analyst E. Greg Crypto, and he shared one of his older posts from November 8th, 2023. And he's talking about previous XRP price action at that point, and he shared the post. XRP was like, so 36.3, is this the market cap? Yeah, it's a market cap chart. $36.3 billion market cap for XRP in November of 2023. When XRP back then was so cheap, it might as well have been free. How many of you would you love to have that opportunity to buy at that price again? Well, not if the price actually crashes, then everybody will be terrified. But in theory, you'd love to have it cheaper, right? Anyway, so he shared that old post just yesterday, and he said, XRP, when market cap was $36 billion, I was calling for $1 trillion market cap, and it will be just the beginning. The influx of trillions of dollars into the XRP and XRP Ledger ecosystem is looming ever closer. Yeah, so that's in line with what I believe for the longest damn time, because my investment thesis is that utility matters and will win the day. So long as any coin is functionally useful, yeah, it's not just going to be thrown away. And in fact, as we see with XRP, the utility just keeps increasing. So as the crypto asset class gets bigger, there's a bigger crypto pie. A certain amount of that money is going to continue to roll into XRP. Because why the hell wouldn't it if it's functionally useful? It just makes sense. And so even when the market cap was that low, I was like, yeah, I can buy absolutely the idea of XRP having a $1 trillion market cap and a multi-trillion dollar market cap, and perhaps substantially larger, as long as that adoption could persist. But there's no cracks in the foundation that I'm seeing here. It's just the opposite. I just see that the XRP just keeps strengthening. That's why, to me, for all of these years, despite the Ripple lawsuit, it was like the most obvious play in crypto. So he was right. And so certain, and I know it applies to many of you listening. Many of you listening were here for the last several years at least. And you saw this, and you saw XRP was artificially suppressed in terms of price. You saw the low market cap, but you also probably saw some of the same stuff that I saw, that Greg Crypto saw, obviously, which is that there's some strength here. Yeah, it's under attack, so it's artificially suppressed. But, unless the government's actually going to successfully crush this thing, it's not going to go away because it's functionally useful and people around the entire globe like it. And even then, it wouldn't actually go away, even if the United States was successful here. You just would have had less money, a lot less money flowing into it, because the United States, it's the largest capital market on the planet. So if there's some level of success there, XRP wouldn't go away, but it would be artificially suppressed and open up the door for another payments coin to potentially come in and have taken its place as the best payments coin, by market cap. But thankfully that didn't happen. XRP is the number one coin in market cap as far as payment-specific coins, because you don't consider Bitcoin to be that anymore, right? I sure as hell don't. It's the pet rock of crypto. That's what Bitcoin is, and it stores value. There we are. That's the thing that it does. Here's a post from chart analyst Dark Defender. He says 3 monthly update. When most people ponder the XRP's current correction, XRP moves firmly to its targets. The upcoming most substantial Fibonacci level will be at $5.85. The move below is similar to that in 2017. XRP moved outstandingly after breaking the 2 white resistances. So I wanted to highlight this just to note, big picture, yet another analyst saying, no, we're going much higher than this. Nothing has changed. And I know, look, I saw the market go down too over the last 24 hours. In the morning yesterday, it got down to what? XRP got down to $2.47. Saw Bitcoin as low as $93,598, scaring people. But we're still just range bound, and even if there is another dip, which we'll talk about in just a second here, again, not the end of the world. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Wizard. XRP's next rally, easy and clear, $4.50 is coming. XRP is closing the week with a bullish confirmation following a hammer from a major wizard support. This is bullish, new high soon. And so I do continue to see stuff like this. Here's a post from chart analyst Steph is Crypto. He says, I'm loading up on XRP here. XRP is criminally undervalued. I like that. And so you can see he's indicating that we're going to be seeing in the short term, he believes, a new all-time high. And of course, he's been very clear. Yes, absolutely going to be entering price discovery. But we could see some of that negative stuff first. So let's talk a little bit about that. Not the end of the world here. I will not find it remotely scary if this stuff happens. I've been through every up and down for XRP price for 7 years, over 7 years now. If this happens, I understand that some people are going to be freaking out, and you can just come to this channel if you're freaking out, because you will find that I consistently will not be freaking out. In fact, I'll tell you this. If one day you hop on here and I'm like, oh my God, it's all falling apart, the sky is falling. If I'm actually concerned, then it makes sense for you to be concerned, because outside of that, I will just tell you this. I don't fall for the market stuff. Like if I'm freaking out, there's probably actually something wrong. Probably in some sort of core fundamental level that we couldn't have seen happening. Like there's a hole in the code. It's finally exposed. Oh my God, it's spiraling to zero. Okay. Then yes. But unless I'm freaking out, it might be okay to chill. You know, you guys do whatever you want. I'm just saying. But here's what Credible Crypto had to say. And by the way, to be clear, before I read this, he still is predicting that XRP will hit over $20 this market cycle. He's been very clear about that. He's been consistent about that. And he's just warning that he thinks there's a reasonable chance we're going lower first. Okay, no big deal. He says, as XRP USD chart here, he says, rejection on XRP after taking the local highs into supply. Not sure if we get another pop-up or not first, but still ultimately looking for a sweep of the lows at $2.20. Minimum. And ideally, the lows at $1.77. Higher time frame, so that just means big picture, higher time frame remains healthy, even with the correction described above. So he's not guaranteeing that's going to happen, but when it comes to chart analysis, it's about probability of outcomes, and he found this to be worth mentioning. So again, if it does happen, just know that there are analysts who have been here for years and years and years. They see it could be a thing, and they'll not be freaking out. So you guys do whatever you want in terms of buying, selling, holding. Doesn't matter to me, doesn't matter to him. Do whatever you want, but whatever decision is best for you, just make sure you come to that conclusion not based on hysterical emotions. Use logic, reason, and data. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Dom. XRP, we are seeing the same rounded sell-off I covered in the video below. This was the same price action before our last major fall. This needs to break itself quick, or we know the result. $2.40 to $2.50 remains the main inflection point / support. And so he's not warning about a price level quite as low, but he's been talking about that as well. And by the way, the blockchain backer, I don't have a post pulled up from him in this video, but it's worth noting he is one of the analysts who, although he firmly believes XRP is going to hit price discovery, the blockchain backer also says it's possible you could see XRP go as low as $2. So again, if that type of thing happens, not the end of the world. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Dali Martinez. I showed you a post from him earlier in the video. He believes XRP is going to be hitting $15 this cycle. But here's a post from him yesterday, and he said, XRP may be set for a pullback as the TD sequential indicator flashes a sell signal on the daily chart. So again, it's not just one analyst saying this. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Crypto Tony. He has predicted that we're going to have a double-digit price action for XRP. He keeps talking about the $10 level, but he's also acknowledging we could go lower as well. He says, XRP USD update. I do remain long, but will close if we get below $2.20 personally. So he acknowledges that could happen. Also worth noting, although he's a hodler, he's talking specifically, when he says that he'd close his position, he's also a trader, which is not good for most people to do. Most traders lose money. There's no shortage of data on this. In the stock market, certainly the same is true of crypto. 90 to 90% of traders do lose money. And then the tiny percentage that consistently make money, I'm wondering for how long, and if they can really pull that off over a span of years, to what degree, what's the time effort? Would you make more money if you just had a job that, instead of using that time for that, or like even a side hustle or something? I'm telling you guys, like, trading is not good for most people, for just regular people. And I consider myself that. I'm just a regular dude. There's nothing special about me. Do you want that level of stress when you know you can just get life-changing wealth by being more patient than other people and having broad exposure to the crypto asset class? Isn't that just more appealing? To me, the answer has always been yes, but you guys can do whatever you want. So anyway, that's just the type of stuff that I've been seeing recently as we continue to see what happens here. We really have just been range bound. I don't pretend to know if the next major thing that happens is a dip to the downside yet again, or if we are going to finally see some break to the upside next. But we're not going to stay here forever. That is certain. And I remember delivering that message as we were waiting for XRP to break out before the election. I noted, because it had been made clear to me from so many chart analysts that we were in a nearly 7-year symmetrical triangle. We were getting towards the end. And it wasn't going to stay there. Because ranges always break eventually. And we're in a bull market here. So this is obviously not a 7-year range that we're in now. We already broke out of the 7-year one, just about, almost 7 years anyway. We also will not stay range bound here forever, okay? We're going to have more exciting times ahead. You just got to take the bad with the good, but the most fun part is yet ahead if history is to rhyme with itself. Euphoric blow off top. And that is the opportunity for life-changing wealth. And that's when it will make sense for many people to sell, including myself. I absolutely will be scaling out of my XRP position. And then once we enter a new bear market, I'm going to buy a metric F ton of XRP again. That's what I plan to do. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.